Season, but with COVID cases on the rise again, what is in store for all of us as we travel to and from home and wherever we're going? Joining us right now, NewsNation contributor and travel journalist Peter Greenberg. Good morning, Peter. Good to have you with us as always.
Hi, Adrian.
There's some big breaking news with Israel now banning travel to the U.S. over Omicron. It's been interesting with the results of these responses. Do you think more travel bans are coming?
They are. We're seeing the Netherlands shut down. Austria has already shut down. You just mentioned Israel. Germany is on the brink of it. They've already canceled all the Christmas markets in many of those European countries. So yes, every country now is erring on the with an abundance of caution, even though their vaccination levels may be higher than they were maybe 6 weeks ago.
Now, are we seeing travelers back out of plans because of this?
Well, here's the interesting development. They may be canceling their trips to a specific destination, but they're not stopping traveling. They're just going to plan B or plan C. Now, that may be a domestic trip, that may be a trip by car with their family, or it may be back to a country in Europe that still is open, like France.
It's just interesting. Half the folks you talk to are very, very nervous about all of this. The other half are saying this is being overplayed. Recently, CEOs of two major airlines, American and Southwest, said that they do not think wearing masks on planes does much to limit exposure to COVID. That is a big statement to make, number one, because a lot of the issues with unruly passengers involve masks. And number two, because Dr. Fauci just said that wearing masks on planes is something that's here to stay. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, interesting note about that. One of those CEOs walked that statement back about 10 minutes after he said it because his own flight attendants were threatening to revolt because it put them in another untenable position. We have a mask mandate in place now, at least until March 18th. We're now flirting with the possibility of proof of vaccination in order to get on a plane. They've already done that in Australia. They've done it in Canada. And what's happening right now is the U.S. airlines want to do that, but nobody wants to be first. They're worried about market share. They're waiting for the government to do it. The U.S. government's waiting to do it because their mask mandate right now is being challenged in courts, and it will be heard now by the U.S. Supreme Court. So until it's litigated, the mask mandate stays. The vaccination mandate is on the table, not decided yet.
But it is very interesting to hear from the CEOs of the airlines who are willing to go public with something like this that some passengers have actually brought to the table. But obviously, they don't have the authority to change anything. More than 6 million people are expected to fly in the coming days. Obviously, Christmas, a huge travel day to travel on the day before Christmas Eve. How's the airline industry preparing, especially with a rise in COVID cases in some areas?
Well, what they're doing is they learned their lesson from 4 or 5 weeks ago when they overscheduled their airline and couldn't keep it up. It happened with Southwest, it happened with Spirit, later happened with American Airlines. So they're paring back their schedule. Americans pulled out of about 26 cities. United's pulled out of about 11. There are more cities that will be pared back. They're just trying to get a handle on things because the numbers haven't really gone down. They just have to get a handle on the number of flights they're scheduling because they still have a pilot shortage, they still have a personnel shortage, and that's not going to solve itself before May or June of next year.
All right, Peter Greenberg, thank you as always for being with us on the fly, as I know you're traveling right now. Be well. If I don't talk to you the rest of this week, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.